Hi everyone, my name is John. I'm so glad the semester is come to an end, and I am here to introduce my final project for my spreadsheet class. I've learned so much about Excel from this class, and finally I got a chance to do my own project, and I select Whole Foods Market to be my subject. And one of the reasons that I select Whole Foods Market is my personal reason that is I've been trying to stay healthy and go organic a lot and go to the gym a lot and trying to get a non-GMO products. And that is a lot of my friends do, and also I believe that is the trend among millennials and also Gen XYZ. And also I think that is really popular nationwide too. And just a couple days ago, I learned the news that US is actually has the most number of people who actually regularly go to the gym, which is amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, let's talk about my project. And I think my project will be really a really good source and an interested thing for those who are trying to pursue a healthy lifestyle. I actually got this number from Yahoo Finance on important data like from the web. So what I do is I collect data and then click from web and I just input the URL and call number. Before I start my project, I do clean the data a little bit by myself so we can have this neat and clean format for my spreadsheet. So I got the 3 years, the first 3 years data, which is 2013, 2014, and 2015. And my job is to do the analysis and do the prediction for the income for Whole Foods Market 2016 and 2017. So after I got the raw data, I calculate the growth rate for the revenue first, which is 0.64. We can find it here, and also I do calculate their step value for the expenses, so the expenses including the including selling general and administrative on their recurring, non-recurring expenses, and also operating income and loss. And obviously, operating net income loss is the gross profit minus these two. So I actually doesn't need to calculate it, but just want to see a trend. So that's the reason I did extra job. So what I do is I click one of the cell and I use the function of fill. We can find that there is series here. So we just use type of growth like linear or growth. And if I actually did put in the set value for the order expenses, and I use linear for the revenue. And also from those numbers, I created a spark line. You can tell from here that there will be an increasing number in the revenues in the next 2 years compared to the first 3 years. The growth is actually very steady, but expense is also growing, and growing is huge. And that is one thing, on one hand it is good thing, and on the other hand it's bad. We can tell it probably the store is expanding, so they need more people or more expenses. That is really reasonable. And also we can tell from the net income applicable to the common shares doesn't change much. Basically they're the same. So in order to see clear about the data, I create a chart for the total revenue and for the net income. So what we can tell from this chart is that the slope for total revenue is really short compared to the net income. So my conclusion is where my conclusion is this discrepancy is actually somehow and reflection of their increasing expenses. So how it comes to my next subject, how to increase their net income or how to increase their profit, net profit. So what I do, I use the solver function. You can tell from here. I use solver to maximize their operating income and loss based on the previous 3 years. I use solver like click data, and you can have solver here. And so actually it's the E21 is E21 2013 here, 2016 here. And I make it the value of 8 million, which is, I know that we're gonna hit the boundaries, but I put 8 millions anyway. And I set the value of operating income or loss. I set a value of non-recurring expenses greater than the last year's, and then I set selling, general, and administrative to be greater than the value 2013. And we actually all can see these report from here, feasibility, because we hit a boundary. That's the reason we don't have an answer report. Instead, we have a feasibility report to adjust the answer. So that's how we got a number to 5200 079. So I think that's the optimal number we can get. Also, as for those who are really interested in growing grow shopping in the Whole Foods market, I also create a spreadsheet for their address. We listed all the stores in New York State. Since we are in New York City, I just created a spreadsheet. And also in order to see it clear, like have a general idea where the locations are, I use the power map. I think that is one of my favorite functions, so you can see all these locations very clear from the map. And let's see, where is our school, and let's find the closest one to our school. Our school is basically in Lexington. I think it's around there, this area, Lexington and 24. And this is the nearest location in Union Square. So just for an emphasis to create this income statement, what I did, the functions I use for it, etc. I use solver, is the basic functions, and I use the numbers fill-in, and also use power map, and the basic functions for financial analysis. I actually learned a lot by doing this project, and I believe it would be really helpful to my job, and all this class would be really helpful to all these functions I use in my class or I learned from the class would be really helpful to my work and to increase efficiency.